We're going to be talking about what I love and hate about the Jeep WJ. This Jeep gets a lot of hate, as I can see online. Everybody hates these Jeeps for some reason. They're like, oh, I got wiring problems. Granted, they do. XJs have wiring problems. But that's not what we're going to be talking about today. Today, I'm going to be talking about what I love and hate about the Jeep Grand Cherokee WJ with the 4.7. I mean, you get the limited version, you get a sunroof. This is what I love about it. You get a sunroof, heated seats, dual climate control, power locks, power windows, really nice interior. All the stuff that's really, really nice for a 1999. Like, it was advanced, it was beyond its time, right? So, it has a security system in it, has the V8, has quadra drive, all-wheel drive. Perfect setup. Really, really nice Jeep. I love it. Rides good. All 4 coil springs. This Jeep is awesome, right? And what I love about working on it is it's easy to work on. The crank position sensor is above the starter. It's not on the bell housing like a 4.0, so that's a lot easier. You just drop the starter. Crank position sensor is right there. The cam sensor is up top on the right side sitting in the vehicle. It's easy to work on, easy to maintenance. The 4.7 is easy to work on in this Jeep. It's just very easy to maintenance, right? Very easy to take care of. That's what I love about the Jeep WJ. Okay, it's a great platform for lifts, off-road, and everything like that. But what I hate about it is it's designed like today's vehicles. These are a little bit more comfortable, more for a family. Your mom would probably drive one to the supermarket, pick you up from school in. These really haven't been an off-road rig and just till like last year. These things have just become available, like aftermarket parts available for them just a couple years ago. So everybody's starting to get these. And it's a great platform to build on. Don't get me wrong, this is a great platform to build on. They're easy to lift. You can lift them cheap. They're easy to maintenance. If you have the V8, the 4.0s have the crappy transmissions in them, but I know a lot of people that have them, and they've lasted a long time. We also got one at work. It's at 140,000 miles. We abuse it. It seems to be doing great. But the thing I hate about this Jeep is all the electronic stuff. Everything has to communicate with each other to work. The PCM is on the right side. I'm sitting in the vehicle. It's on the right side in the firewall, right beside the fender well. And the transmission control module is right beside the PCM. Now, the PCM has to communicate with everything. There's door modules. There's modules for this, modules for that. And it's hooked to the crank position sensor. It has to communicate with that also. And if your crank position sensor goes bad, it'll shut this Jeep down in a heartbeat. It causes a short. Like usually when a sensor goes bad, it shorts out or whatever. It causes a short in the PCM, shuts the Jeep down. That was not my cause on this Jeep. All that stuff's new. But anyway, the computer has to talk to everything. And it's not like the old XJs. The old XJs, you could get a computer wet, dry it out at work. You could do that 100 times before you have to get another computer, and you just get another 4.0 computer, sticking in a run. These are not like that, and this is what I'm starting to hate about this Jeep. It's all electronic. It has its pros and cons. I've been seeing in the comments lately about how I should have bought a ZJ or another XJ. ZJs are just as bad. Okay, the only ZJ that I wanted, the one with the V8 in it. I found a couple, but they wanted like $5,000 for it, right? So I don't want to buy that. So a WJ came up. I got a heck of a deal on it. It did need work. And everything that I thought was wrong with this Jeep, somebody already replaced but the computer. They got a used computer and put in here and run it for a while, I guess. And it must have shut off on them or whatever. I don't know what happened. But this Jeep has new crank position sensor, all kinds of new sensors that has to do with the computer. And the computer just shut down, as you've seen in my last video. I'm all about experiencing them, learning them, so I can relay the message to you, what you need to do. Oh, what's this? Oh, this did this to me. I can help you. This did it to me, and this is probably what your problem is. So that's why I wanted to get into the WJ. I already know stuff about the ZJ. Already had a ZJ. Owned 2 of them. One did have a V8 and it had a 318, and I did have one, but there was a problem with that one. It was wrecked, and we was going to try to fix it, but we didn't. I traded it off. So if I was going to buy another ZJ, it had to have a V8 in it, because there's just something about a 318, right? And I've had a 4.0 ZJ, and it was pretty tough. But it had the typical Jeep wiring problems. The clock spring, the lights stayed on, stuff like that, computer. And these WJs have PCM problems. I've heard of people going through them at like every 5 years, clear up to 2008. So I think it's not the Jeep's fault. It's not what's going on in the Jeep or what's shorting out or what it could be. I think it's the location. I think they need to relocate the transmission control module and the PCM. That's just my opinion. So I really love this Jeep, and I hate a lot of stuff on this Jeep, and I just wanted to make this short video because I just want to clear it up. Don't be afraid of the WJs, okay? Don't be afraid of them. A lot of people are afraid of them. They act like it's some kind of bad disease. They don't want to get a hold of one. I love this Jeep. I'm trying everything I can to get this thing back on the road so I can drive it and make more content for you guys. And that is my goal. And when I get this computer in, I'm going to plug it in. We're going to start it up. Well, hopefully it's going to start up, because I've heard of horror stories where people got refurbished computers and it didn't work and all this stuff, and they went through blah, blah, blah. I'm just hoping I'm not going to have that problem. But if it still does it, I can't diagnose this Jeep, because I've had all the wiring out behind the dash, every ground. I looked at the wiring harness. There's nothing wrong with the wiring in this Jeep whatsoever, right? So if it still does it, I don't know what the problem is. I really don't know what the problem is. So hopefully it's not going to do it, but that's what I love and hate about the Jeep WJ. So I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, so you know each and every time I upload a video. I'll see you guys next time. Stay dirty, my friends.